Jaggery cake is a very popular and a famous cake in Sri Lanka, and I thought of sharing that recipe with you all. For this recipe I'm using 200 grams of jaggery with 200 grams of cashew, which I chopped the cashews roughly and I ground half. So 100 grams grind the cashews and leave 100 grams chopped. And then I have half a cup of desiccated coconut with 200 grams of butter. I'm using only 100 grams sugar. You can always increase the amount of sugar in a recipe. And a teaspoon of baking powder, a teaspoon of vanilla, and if you like to add any rose essence or rose water, you can add. If you are using essence, only a drop. If you are using rose water, you can use half a teaspoon. And a teaspoon of mixed spice or cloves, cardamom and cinnamon powders, and half a cup of thick coconut milk, 3 eggs, and 200 grams of roasted semolina. To do the recipe, into the roasted semolina add the butter. If you like, you can melt the butter too. If the semolina is hot enough to melt the butter, add the butter, mix it well and leave aside. After mixing the semolina and butter, it looks like this. Into that add the cashew powder and mix it well with that. After, into the same mix add the desiccated coconut and the coconut milk. Mix it again and leave it aside. And the next one is to separate the eggs. So I'm going to separate the egg yolks and the egg whites. After, grate the jaggery and put that into the semolina mix and mix it well again. So add the egg whites into a separate bowl and start beating it until it comes to a soft peak. So the egg whites are ready. So I'm going to leave it aside, and the egg yolks are here. Into that going to add the sugar, and I'm going to beat that again about 2 minutes. So the egg yolks are ready, nice and pale in color. So into that going to add the vanilla and a tiny drop of rose water. Actually I don't like rose water in my cakes, so I added a very tiny bit. And then the mixed spices, a teaspoon, and after going to add a teaspoon of baking powder into that and going to mix that again another minute. After mixing, I'm going to add the prepared semolina mix into the egg yolk and the vanilla and other spice mix. While mixing, going to add the cashew nuts too. So what I'm going to do now is going to fold the egg whites into the prepared mix and bake this on 160 about 30 to 40 minutes. And I lined a paper with two hanging, the paper hanging from both sides, so it's easy to take. And so mix this and pour that into the baking tray. So this goes to the oven 160 about 30 to 40 minutes. I baked the cake about 45 minutes, and when you want to check the cake whether it is ready or not, insert a skewer, and if it comes clean, it is ready. So leave it on wire racks to leave it in the tray about 5 minutes to cool down, and after transfer that onto a wire rack. So this is ready to cut. So if I cut that to show you how it looks like, it's really soft and moist, and this is how it looks like. And I hope you will enjoy this. Thank you for watching.